Hey there guys, it's Sam here, aka Millard, and I wanted to bring us a couple map reviews here for combat light tanks. This isn't going to be a guide on how to spot the most tanks, not a guide on how to get the Scout Award. It's not actually a guide on how to farm any awards, unfortunately, except maybe Confederate if you're a good shot and you enjoy doing that kind of thing. We're going to look at three maps today. We're going to look at Seigfreid, we're going to look at Ruinberg, and we're going to look at Live Oaks. If any of this doesn't make sense, it's because I'm running a fever right now with a cold, or at least that's what it feels like. Anyway, as I said, this is a combat lights review. This means we're probably looking at tier 7 lights and up. Things like Bulldog, 270 on, Wheezy, 131. All these kinds of things are what we're looking at here today. Well, the other thing that we're going to kind of review is where you don't want to go on the map. If you're going to be a combat light, real quick, why you might want to be a combat light is that Wargaming rewards spotting very, very poorly in World of Tanks, and it rewards up-tiered damage very, very heavily. So because of that, you want to shoot tanks, you don't really want to spot tanks. That's how you're going to get XP, your stats are going to be great, you're going to progress, etc. Anyway, moving straight into the map, we got Seigfreid line here. In the past, this was a really great area to go as a light, even as a combat light, but they've moved the slope in here and they've kind of screwed the whole field. Where you want to set up, let's say a tier 7 light, a tier 9 game, tier 10 game, these types of things, is almost unanimously you want to set up over here on the 0 line, something like G0, or whatever that is. It's got to get the 0 line there. And you want to look straight up this road. If it looks like they have a tank that may rush that, let's say they have a tier 6 light or a tier 7 light, you can set up a little bit more passively in H0. This is especially good if you're a tier 7 light running Binocs, which, by the way, is a pretty good idea. As a tier 7 light up-tiered, tier 10 tanks often have better vision than you do, so Binocs are pretty fantastically hype. Anyway, you set up 0 here, and you're looking for free shots, anything that comes along here. The other thing that you get shots on as the battle progresses is tanks that try to cross, and they tuck into this area. If no one shows up on the 0 line as a minute or two goes by, you can also start creeping up. You get into these buildings, you shoot west, you get up here into C0, you can shoot for RD. I'm more likely to climb the hill if it's free, and shoot into the back of the city again, getting damage. This is pretty much how you want to play this map 100% of the time. Going field loses the game. Insane amounts. It doesn't matter what tier you are in. If you go field, you're useless. It doesn't help the team. So, to recap, you set up 0, you look for shots here, look for shots here, you move up, get shots into here, you take targets of opportunity. And boom, Seigfried done. These are going to be pretty rough overviews. Not feeling great today, but even if I was, that's all we need. Be sure to let me know in the comments, or if you know me in TS or whatever, if you tried this, how it worked. Also, if you spawn on the north side, you're going to play the 0 the same way, but you'll have to move up more aggressively sooner. South side is more likely to camp 0 line than north side, so if you spawn north, be careful when moving up. Okay, Ruinberg, perfect. It's actually an amazing map. It's good for tournaments, good for professional play, etc. If you spawn on the north side of Ruinberg, almost unanimously you're going to be running out to here. You're going to look to get to the 9-0 if you're a tank with depression as a light tank, or you're extremely fast in a slow matchup. Again, we're looking about tier 7 and up into 9s and 10s. If you're tier 7 light in a tier 8 game, just kill things. Don't overcomplicate this. But if you're a really fast tank and no one else is on the enemy team, you can run into E8 and you can look for shots here, especially in something like a Bulldog 71. 1390 also crests the hill pretty well, looks for shots. But assuming you can't do that because they have maybe a bat shot or something, you're going to run out here into E9. You're from the north, and you're going to destroy. There's a wall here. You destroy the wall, and you can see straight down this line. You're going to shoot things. You're going to blow them up. You're also going to be spotting, but we're looking for damage. If your tank has an APCR prime round, load it. The reason you might start 0 as well is if they have really fast movers, if they have bat shot, if they have a 62A. I'm kind of losing my voice here. If they have somebody that they can get on the 0 line with and will shoot up the 0 on an Invisit tank, you want to get there in your scout immediately, right into here, and you're going to look here, and you're going to try to stay in the buildings and counter that out with your optics and or Binocs, again, if you're in a tier 7 light, and you're going to shoot it. You're going to blow it up. If you can't shoot it, you're at least going to spot it. If you don't do that, your whole team might get blown up. From the south side, it's a little bit different. There's not a great wall here. The slope is different, so you're going to run up, and you're going to get up to about in here, and you're going to poke the 0 line side of this corner, and you're going to look for free shots on people that are sitting in here. If you don't have any shots there, you can try to inch down here and play into the city, but the south side is way less effective to shoot into city, at least in such a short tank as most of the lights are. You can also look at derping up the 0 line here if it's clear, and then you'll eventually just, of course, cross into the buildings. Oftentimes you'll have TDs there, especially tier 8, tier 9 TDs. People are not particularly smart, so they sit out here alone in a TD and you get one shot and you kill it. Okay? Ruinberg, much better map to spawn on the north if you're light. Still a good map either way though. Alternatively, if you're feeling really cheeky, you run like a 1390 or tier 8 light, and you run into the city and you play these corners, which I will do somewhat regularly if I'm feeling pretty derpy. And if you do well, you get amazing XP. If you don't do well, you die. It's pretty terrible. Okay, what was the other map? Live Oaks. Last map here. Boom. Alright, Live Oaks is a map that actually sucks for spotting. It's terrible, which is good. We're not doing a spotting guide here. Initially, you want to run into E2 from the south spawn. You're going to look for shots up here. If you're feeling really aggro, you're going to run and make a spot run like this. Come back to E2 and look for shots. What you don't want to do at all costs is get stuck in these buildings. I see guys do this all the time from both sides. It's suicide. The enemy always has one guy who runs into the buildings and he proxy spots you, and you're ineffective for 3 minutes and then you die because you get splashed up by Artie or something like that. Anyway, E2, looking for shots here. You can play the city really effectively as well if you're in a really combat light. Again, 1390 comes to mind because it up tiers really well with a clip. But maybe a 132, a little bit suspect. Anything that's carrying APCR, you can run directly into A1 if you have a city presence. And you can set up, look for free shots here, and then move up to the city. It's a lot more dangerous, not as dangerous as Ruinberg, but it is also high reward. From the north spawn, it's not a good time. North spawn gets screwed over with the city lights here, so instead you're going to come down to the bot, and you're going to play right along in here. Optimally though, you want to get into this side, you want to cross into the ravine. If you have a clip, again, it's a lot easier. If you don't have a clip, that sucks. You have to make the best of it. We've all been there. Really a hard slope to play for the Chinese light tanks. It's actually a pretty hard slope to play for the French light tanks. But you want to get into the low ground, and then you're going to inch up in here, you're going to play the top. Basically, you're going to brawl, okay? You're a medium tank here in effect. This is about combat lights, but as I said, this map sucks from the north side, sucks for spotting. All you can do is play medium. When the map first got rebalanced, people tried playing the mid. I don't know of an effective way to play it. It's basically if the enemy team is stupid or they don't have eyes, you can maybe pull an amazing game if they have a bunch of ducks here, sitting ducks here. But generally you're going to get lit, and then you're in the swamp and you can't get out and you're going to die. So for reproducibility, you're going to come down here, play these slopes. If you want to play really aggro, you can play the city, but it's really hard from the north side. Let's see, maybe we'll do one more wild card here. What's a good map for people here? I should have checked and found out what folks had a problem with, but hey, I didn't. Oh, we'll get dinner in a sec. Okay, we're gonna go with Westfield. Actually, Westfield's a really fun map. It's also really easy to play. Again, you're not going to play this side. This is like Seigfried. You go that side, you probably lose the game. If you're self spawn and you lose the 0 line, it's really easy to defend base. You put guys in G5-6, you put guys here, you shoot base. You win the game because people run onto the cap circle. Okay. If you're north spawn, you lose the 0 line. It's really easy. You put guys here, and you shoot on the cap circle. Not hard, people. Don't play 0. Please, just don't play 0. If you want damage, you're going to come up here and your tier 8 lights. From the south spawn, you're going to shoot into this corner when the turrets are going that way, so you're going to shoot across like that. From the north spawn, you're going to play some bushes up here, maybe get some side turret shots with prim rounds, that kind of thing. Also, north side can play the city more effectively. Again, if you have APCR, this is really good. Normalization is king here. You're going to keep hearing APCR. There's a reason for that. Okay, you're going to, from the north side, you're going to play these buildings. You're going to look for shots here. You can inch up. Also, from the north, it's easier to sit here and punish guys who went 0 because they didn't watch this video. Or because, I don't know, they want to die or something. It's a strange game. Anyway, guys, that's about the size of it. From south spawn, you play these slopes almost exclusively. You play city when you have to. From north spawn, you play city regularly. You play up here regularly. It's pretty easy. Don't go 0. Alrighty. I hope this was helpful. It was 10 minutes long, a little longer than I thought. But, regardless, hope it was fun. Let me know in the comments if it was helpful. Let me know in person. And if there's maps that you want me to take a look at and give a rundown on, holler at me. We'll make it happen. So peace, guys.